It's a great day to play.
Welcome on in. Whether it's your first time here or you are rejoining us, thank you so much for being here with us today. You are loved, you are appreciated, you are always welcome in this channel, and you are enough. Now, for those of you who joined the live stream last week and caught the video, I brought in my producer into the studio, Lucas, and a lot of you had some very nice things to say about that. There weren't really any negative comments.
There were none.
I told them to be nice. We told them we said email them directly to me. I have a file folder somewhere.
Okay.
Of them. We'll read them afterwards.
I don't need to see that.
But so we're gonna bring Lucas in a little bit more often to do some stuff. I thought one of the cool ways to do that, because obviously a lot of what I've talked about is more of just like the vocal aspect of things, and also just kind of the emotional aspect. But Lucas is gonna come and give us a little bit more technical knowledge as well. So we're gonna go and revisit some of the videos that I've done, and now we're gonna see what his thoughts are on it.
I hope they're good. I got that song. What were we just listening to? What were we just listening to?
We were listening to Twice, The Feels. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
It's fire.
It's
dude.
a really good
It's
song.
fire.
So today, though, we're going to be doing Dimash SOS. This is the first video that I ever did with Dimash. So I'm excited to share it with you. Are you ready?
The last one I saw of him was pretty spectacular. I'm hoping that this is the same.
I'm not going to ruin it.
Okay.
I'm just going to let you watch it and see for yourself. All right, let's do this. Oh, don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the little notification bell if you already haven't to see more of this. We're going to be doing a lot more with the two of us, so enjoy. So young, man.
哦，我觉得好帅哦，上镜。
我觉得有点像林志炫啊。
Yeah.
So before we go on, initial thoughts.
I mean, his control is crazy. We were in the studio the other day,
Yeah.
and you were talking about your falsetto, and we were talking about our falsettos, and like his is, like, his ability to go from his falsetto to his chest voice, like it's so flawless that it's like almost the same thing.
Yeah. There's no breaking point, and that's something. So he trains a lot of people. He trains for no less than like 3 hours a day still now, just on vocals.
Right. That makes
On
sense.
top of like all of his other instruments and stuff like that. But yeah, like he has no breaking point. Like you will never ever hear it in a song, and he can like flawlessly. The cool thing is he can go from head falsetto to chest falsetto.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah, you don't even know.
And you don't even know that it's
Right.
happening, and that's like.
And then so
it's impressive.
if you see, like you saw him take out his earpiece, and I can't tell you how many times that happens almost on every performance. Like any performance I've ever done where I had ear monitors in, it was like, dude, I cannot do this because like either there's a delay or there is too much, like if there's too much high end going on in something, then you're like, I can't hear my vocals.
Yeah.
So you take one ear out so you can hear the instruments better and leave
Yep.
the other one in so you can hear your
Well,
vocals.
especially with these kind of live performances, they have like it's a lot of just piano, right? So like it would be really hard to pick up those tones unless you didn't have that in.
Right.
You probably wouldn't be able to pick it up that well. So, but I also want to do it there because just a little FYI, and some of you are gonna notice when Dimash takes his earpieces out, shit's about to get real.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
Right.
what generally happens.
Oh, interesting. Dude, wow. So crazy. Goose pimples. His vocal going from being able to go from that low to that high is impressive on its own. But then at the same time, like his tone, like if I were to go, oh, ass tone.
Yeah.
If I were to go, ass tone.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So to be able to go from that low to that high and be able to keep that constant, like his voice isn't just compressed through the probably 4 hardware compressors that they have on it, but he's compressing his vocal on his own. Like it's just like a solid bar of sound.
Yeah. And one of the cool, like one of the biggest things as we go through this journey that I think you're going to notice, you're going to hear him here and you hear a lot of his early stuff and you're like, this is impossible for human beings, A, and B, as you go on, you're like, how could it get any better? And then like, he just never stops. He never stops perfecting. And like, that's like, this is somebody with extreme talent, but didn't take their talent for granted.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right,
Because like, how many people do you know in the industry that like, we've literally had this conversation almost on a daily basis, who are the most talented people that you can meet and they squander that talent. And yet this guy is like
the majority of the people I've ever met.
3, 4, 5 hours a day just fucking practicing, so he just keeps getting better.
I wonder, do you know anything about his story?
Yeah, okay, so both of his parents were involved in the music industry. So like he's got a very, very wide background of that. And then what we're seeing here, this is actually, I think this one is off The Singer. This is actually a Chinese show that he got invited on to sing. I want to say that he came in second place because like he
won?
Well, because he's not Chinese. So like it's like only Chinese people, but like he got invited on twice.
Oh, just to hang out and do a thing.
Yeah, he got invited on to do this, and then like it's kind of like American Idol. It's like a singing competition, right? And but this is kind of where he got known and discovered. I think he was on in 2017, which is when this aired, and then he came back in 2018, and then he kind of went viral and started like really, people were noticing him. But yeah, so he speaks, God, I'm going to get this wrong, but it's over, I don't know if it's 12 languages. It's something ridiculous where like he can at least sing or basically speak. He plays a ton of different instruments. There's actually a bunch of videos out and stuff that we can watch of him playing different instruments and stuff well. So he's very, very like, he practices music all day long, whether it's, yeah.
Does he enjoy this?
I mean, you'd think.
Like
I've seen documentaries with him where like he clearly seems to enjoy this.
Okay.
And like his dad will be here in some of these performances, and he like kind of breaks out. Like he clearly loves what he does, and he's from Kazakhstan, which is like right outside Russia, I believe.
Okay.
So this isn't like one of those things where it was like indentured servitude at a young age, where it's like you are meant to be a prodigy and you're not supposed to have fun. It's just work. Like he puts in the work himself.
Right.
To do this, and like because
usually because a lot of the times when you see someone that's like remarkably exceptional at something, it's very rare. There's like a few musicians out there that it wasn't like you have to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The more that you see of him, the more that you're gonna really be able to see like the emotion comes out in his voice, and it's something you can't fake. Like because you can be a great singer, but you can't fake emotion.
Right.
So, all right. These guys have to go after him.
I want to talk about the verse. So the verse that he did before that, I think that's the chorus, I believe.
Yeah.
So he in it, like, he was trying to express emotion in that verse to be able to build up to what he was about to do next. So he was making his vocal. He had like a couple vocal cracks in there, obviously in tune because he knows what he's doing. So there's a couple of them where he, like that day, like the other day when we were in the studio, and you were like, I like that. He did a few of those in there in order to be able to build up to this and like give emotion to be like that something's coming up and I'm about to say something very profound. And then he did, and then that one real high note that he did that in the style of like an 80s hair metal band. You know what I mean? Like he has all these things in his arsenal to express certain sections of each song. Like he said, ah, like White Snake. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then not 20 seconds later, he did a note equally as high or and equally as long, but clean.
Yeah.
You know?
And so one of the things I'm glad that because one of the things that I actually have talked about with him is he's like a one-man arsenal. Like he literally has a vocal quality for everything and does it extremely well. So it's like, well, we're going to really need a soprano and an alto and a tenor and some baritones. And then we're going to probably need like a whole choral arrangement of like 3 different parts for each of those. And Dimash is like, just raises his hand.
Right.
And they're like, what do you, no, I'll do all that. No, that's me right here. Let me do that. But then like, the belting part is impressive, but I think like I was at first really impressed by like his range and his high notes.
Yeah.
Re-listening to this and seeing, because that's like people get really impressed because it's the flashy thing, right?
Right.
So when I first listened to it, but re-listening to this and hearing more of his stuff, I think that the more impressive stuff is like when he comes back in on those really, really light notes.
Right.
And they're high and like he's doing it with chest fall. Like that is harder to do than belting
comes in.
Yeah, that is harder to do than him belting.
Oh yeah,
that
without
note.
a doubt.
And like it's those are like the little things that like I get to appreciate now, and I think that you can hear it. It's just like, what?
It's because that those parts are what constitute that control.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people out there, including probably both of us, that can get on stage and just be. And just do that, and people will be like, "Oh, that's crazy." It's not that crazy. Just make sure you hit that note and sing that high. But like, the control in his lower register and his lower register is what's really, really crazy to me. Because all my mid-range stuff is where it's the most difficult for me to sound as convincingly as my higher stuff. And I think you feel the same way. Your higher stuff is
absolutely, because like the emotion automatically comes through when you're belting something out. Right? Like you can do things with your voice when you're being loud. The control is the hard part.
Right.
So, yeah. Oh.
Okay. Well, that's really hard. Okay.
That's a very different story, though.
Yes. So the first note, I was like, yeah, all right. And then he went, like, rewind that real quick. Can we rewind it?
Yep.
Yes. Unbelievable.
Like, what?
It was like, it's like he was playing a piano with his voice on it, just no problem. Dude,
Time out, Grizzly.
The dude in the band stopped playing. He said,
Come again for Big Fudge?
am I looking at a robot?
Like, so he does everything that he did in the first 2 verses.
Right.
Now in his full regular register.
Right.
And is like, oh, you thought that it was just falsetto that I could do.
Right. And then he just starts screaming. Like, he's screaming that, but like obviously not hurting himself. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to do it every day. Jesus fucking.
And then does like a 40-note run after that.
Yeah,
like, yeah. It's and I know it's on pitch, so don't worry, it's perfect.
Right. That guy, he stopped playing. There was a bass note in the instruments that came in early. But other aside from that,
that's how you know it's live, right? Like, that's one of the cool things too, is like, you know, like, this isn't bullshit.
Right.
Right?
It was. I just heard it go before everything else. The thing about his, so I have no idea what he's saying.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna act like I know even a tiny bit. So, but it doesn't matter. Like,
Yep.
The same faces that those people had are the same way that I feel. Is like, I'm confused because I don't understand how someone can do that. I feel all the emotion that he's saying, even though I have no idea what he's saying, which is a mark of a great singer. And then at the same time, I don't know. There's so much work goes into that. Like, it almost makes me like get a headache just thinking about how much work goes into that.
So your reaction is like identical to what I said about, because it's like, okay, as a performer, right? Like, as a musician yourself, it's like it's so amazing that you don't know whether to be frustrated because you don't understand. Like, your brain is trying to compute, like, how is this possible?
Right.
And so it like hurts your brain, and you're so enthralled by it that like you're like captivated, but at the same point in time you're also frustrated because you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Right. Like, how like, how can one person be that talented at anything?
He is.
I know. And like, I'm in my early 30s, and
we're saying age now.
I said early 30s.
Oh, okay.
It could be that could mean I'm 25.
Benjamin Button over here.
Yeah, but wow. I'm just not that good at anything. Yeah. Maybe I'm that good at like walking. I've been doing that for a while.
I actually wanted to tell you, you have an amazing walk.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I can walk in a bunch of different styles.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like,
no,
that's
I do.
The extent
I
of his
get
talent in this is
Yeah.
like, the only thing that I'm that good at is something that I was almost born doing and I do every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, breathing. I'm probably that good at breathing. You know what I mean?
He's so good. So I'm really excited to continue on this, because it not only allows me to go back and like see things from a different perspective than what I was able to do the first time, but also we get just a little bit more of, kind of like a technical aspect of it, which is really, really cool to do. And I hope that you guys enjoy this. I know that they're not necessarily quite the same as they were, but change is a good thing, guys. Change is a good thing. I promise you. So if you liked it, if you want to see more, you know how to tell us? Comments.
Below.
Comments. Leave your comments. Let us know what you thought. Go ahead and give us some more information. What videos you'd like us to see next. We're going to basically kind of go through the journey that I already went on, but I know there's a lot of stuff that I even missed, so we'll probably be doing a lot of initial stuff together. Thank you all so much. Don't forget, you can check out our stuff on Spotify. You can check out...
What's up?
Do you want to be helpful or you want to hinder here?
I'm not doing anything.
Oh, okay.
I was.
No, you can take over.
There's something in my throat.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Sorry, go ahead, keep going.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, keep going.
You can check us out on Spotify. You can check us out on Patreon. If nobody told you they love you today, don't forget, I love you. You are appreciated. You are always welcome in this channel, and you are enough. And last, but certainly not least, it was a great day to play. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
And it's time to change for the